What do you think about keeping some LGAs locked down but freeing others that don't have any COVID?
Well, look, obviously there's been a difference between the restrictions that have been placed, in particular for the 8 LGAs, and that's why I'm here today with the local members of Parliament, Hugh McDermott, Nick Lulich and Guy Zangari, to see firsthand what the impact is on the economy, what the impact is on frontline health workers. Laura, I don't think you can have a situation where half of Sydney, for example, is lifted out of restrictions and there's some imaginary line that crosses west from east and the rest of Sydney is still in severe restrictions. I don't think from a health point of view that would work.
Why not?
And
because this is essentially a ring of steel, right?
Because ultimately it would just be an imaginary line in the sands stretching between eastern Sydney and western Sydney. And to be fair to the government, I don't think that that's their intentions. The Premier yesterday at a media conference signalled that that would not be the way that they're going to approach the pandemic. And you have to think about the future implications for the economy in Western Sydney, what it would mean for people, you know, millions of people that are going through a very difficult period, particularly for the 8 LGAs that have been in a more restrictive and severe lockdown for the last 6 weeks than the rest of Sydney.
What are you doing there today?
So I'm hearing from frontline workers, from businesses, from local MPs about the impact of the lockdown on their communities. These people haven't been able to move 5 kilometres. I'm one of them, actually. I live in one of those affected LGAs. Haven't been able to move 5 kilometres from their house if they're not an essential worker, and in particular the construction sector. So many businesses have been speaking to me and my local MPs about the fact that once restrictions were eased for part of Sydney, construction workers and tradies came in and took a lot of work from Western Sydney-based businesses. Now, in many ways that couldn't have been avoided, but it does mean we're going to need a comprehensive economic package for the 8 LGAs, now 9 LGAs in Western Sydney. We cannot leave them behind once the lockdown's lifted and Sydney returns to normal.